training. All right, okay.
Training.
Just to get into it, like, what was your favorite? Just for nostalgia purposes, what was your like, I guess, favorite or highlight of your whole TG career? TG, for you guys listening, is Teen Groove, which is the team that Mark and I directed before Mark got to rebrand it. So
Birthplace Urban Street Jam.
Oh my God.
Oh.
that was definitely a great moment.
That was a monument. That
was the first season Brandon and I were on Team Group.
Yeah.
Was it the one with Sam Smith?
Yeah, no, that was the
Sam
first.
Sparrow. Yeah, there you go.
That was the first season that I did dance competitively on a team, with like at a studio, competed, placed. Like it was literally like the moment where like dance like it really made me realize how much dance meant to me. And like I think that's the reason why it fueled me that much, because it was just like you guys really like instilled into me the lessons that I needed to have. So it pushed me in dance and made me fall in love with it. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. Jasmine, were you part of that season too?
Yeah, that was also my first year. And after that, I was like, okay, we set the bar high. No, but really, I think for me, it was just, I was literally walking distance from the studio. And so I mentioned this the first time before we were rudely interrupted by the fire. But being able to hang out with people on the steps or just get boba, like that was, I found community there, and that was literally my second home. Like my parents and grandparents worked late, so where did I go after school? I went straight to the studio. So getting to know everyone and just, getting that life advice, that mentorship, or just straight up friendship, I still pass by it because I moved back home and I'm like, oh, it's not Jamie anymore.
Is it closed down?
It's a dance studio though.
No, it is a dance studio, ironically.
I think one of my favorite memories was Banquet, actually. Because it was it was the first ever time that I experienced like a banquet, and it was just awesome being there together with everybody. And like, it was a moment of just kind of like reassurance that like you guys were family, like getting the awards and just getting recognition and just seeing that all the hard work paid off, it didn't really matter about competition or anything, but I guess it was more like the end of the year thing. And I actually have all the stuff still.
You do?
Yeah, no, like that. Awesome. So like here, this is.
Oh my God.
So this is the birthday card that you guys made me.
Holy shit!
From like legitimately, because then before Teen Groove was like my first, like I would feel like it was my first, like same with Jazz, it was my first sense of community and just like my first experience having like a group of friends, like. And so, like, look, this is Karen and Phil's wedding picture.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
This made me like. This is the invitation. This is the TG for Life award that you guys gave me.
Oh yeah, you were so like.
Look at that shit, 2010.
Oh my
God! Jingle Jam.
Holy shit!
Oh my God!
You have a freaking time capsule on your wall.
Jazz,
oh my
look at that. That's watermelon.
Damn. So you guys, those of you guys
like
who are just listening to the audio podcast, Raymond's showing us his hall of memories.
And then I think I have. Look at all my dance ribbons. These are all competition.
Oh my goodness!
Damn. Wow. I throw my shit away.
I
have mine all in a box somewhere.
Too. I threw them. I have some in here too, but
one of them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I have all that stuff. This is my wall of just memories and everything.
That's crazy.
Naruto.
What else can I show you guys?
Okay.
Oh, we're getting a room tour.
All right. So just this one's for Mark. Like when you came onto the team, like what was did you have any like, let's say apprehensiveness when you came on to direct a group of kids? It was different from directing your friends.
I don't know. I think what it was it was fresh. It was something new, and it was like I felt like we had a moment to actually just have fun and play, and like everything that we thought about it wasn't trying to please a crowd of high expectations. So when it came to the kids, I mean, it was high expectation for us because like we wanted the people to love us, and I'm definitely like that. I just want the people to love me, and then I think finally working with like Team Group feels like, oh man, like every moment of it was just fun. I think that's what it was, like building and just, yeah. I think that's what I can like, remember most about like the start of everything.
And for you guys, because I know something like Mark and I always tried to be like, we tried to build that culture that obviously like that you guys enjoyed, because that's obviously important for any team. And if the team culture is shit, then the product's going to be shit. What was that moment for you guys that you knew was like, oh, this is a family. They're not just saying it.
If you guys actually taking an interest in us and trying to understand what we're going through and where we were as a team, and creating like the games we used to do when we first started to introduce the team. And all that was really nice because, again, I'm one of the longest people on Team Group, and most of the time we wouldn't have that icebreaker. So creating that kind of right off the bat, like, I mean, of course, when you guys did your audition, you guys were trying to be scary.
There's a laugh.
Yeah, there's a lot. But I mean, you guys really didn't want to create that bond with us. You weren't scared to be a kid again, which I think made us a little more relatable and like kind of thing. That was at least my perspective because like I had how many different directors in my life, so like I was very appreciative of that.
Oh, got that right.
And I would take it back. Thanks, Emeroy.
What? Anyone else? No.
Go back to your question. I'm thinking about the times like we were really lucky that if classes weren't in session, that was us for just to freestyle or mess around or just to hang out. And I think that really helped. And then when we would be in there, like you and Mark would just join us. And I think for me, I was all, oh, cool. I can just be myself. I can trust them. So I think that was for me is I can remember the amount of times we just were goofing off in the studio and then it was class time. But we knew when to be like, okay, it's time to grind or like it's time to have fun. So
I think I'm going to take a step out of that moment too, because then as much as I love the moments when I was on Team Group, but I think the moments that really stood out to me were the moments after Team Group actually. I remember it was like 2018 and then I was at the bridge and I was competing on GRV. And I remember right after, it was like destiny. Like I just walked out and I saw all three of you guys at the same time. You know, I saw Mark, Roy, and Steph, and I was like, holy shit! Like my OG directors are here, you know. And then like I remember we took a picture together, and I just I cried to you guys because I couldn't believe that I was at that moment. You know, like it's like 8 years past like from when we first started dancing together, and I saw you guys at like another dance community event, and I think moments like that really showed me that like, even though we do not see each other anymore, when we see each other again, it's like the same feeling that we had, you know? And I'm getting that vibe right now. Like even seeing all you guys, you know, my former teammates, like I miss you guys and I hope you guys are doing well. I just love the fact that we had this experience together because life is too short, you know? Life is too short. And those moments that we have together, like you never notice it. You don't get to fathom how lucky you are until it's gone. And I think another moment that was really cool was, sorry I'm talking too much, but
That's
I
fine.
remember when we had like those meditation moments, like in like Studio A, and we would just meditate and just count our breaths. I actually do that too to this day. So like just
I still use that in practice now too.
Same, exactly.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Like just stuff like that, it carries on until all the way till now. So I'm really appreciative of that. And I think that's what keeps me with the family bond because it's like life lessons and just memories. Yeah.
Emeroy's about to cry.
I was almost just gonna like try not to tear up right now. Fuck. Dude.
I looked right at him like, ooh, about to cry.
Because shit. I don't know, because this is like one of the things like I don't know if you remember if I ever said it I feel like I've said it somewhere throughout a season, but I feel like I've said like 10, 20 years from now, when you guys look back at this, it's not about like, you know, it's not about like the accomplishments is who you get to share that stage with. And when you can look back at each other and be like, remember that moment? And I feel like it's like, albeit this COVID and everything, but we can kind of like, we're getting an opportunity to share this and be nostalgic in a sense. And this is that moment I was talking about. And then we get to continue experiencing that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if like later on, because it's not often where that coaches in a sense get to gather their old team and kind of like talk about the good old days. Because once, I think it's a sad fact of life, because once everyone's like, it's almost like a family. For a brother or sister, like they're all in the same household for a while, then everyone separates and goes their own way. And it's very hard for everyone to come back. Same thing with this right now. We were all a family at one point, but then as adults, we kind of separated and we connect, but it's now coordinating for everyone to be in the same room is harder because we're all in our own journeys. I mean, even tonight, like Nelson couldn't make it, Ario couldn't make it, Hurtado couldn't make it. And, fuck them. But we're here now. I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh, okay.
And I
no,
think
but yeah, if you guys are listening to this, we miss you guys.
Bye.